Dearest, most beloved, divine friends and family, brothers and sisters in the fraternity of religion, the concourse of humanity, all my beloved Guyanese brothers and sisters, friends and families in the Caribbean, around the world, your friend, your brother, me, Haji, Dr. Roshan Khan here in the RK's Guyana Free Media in the Raw. And my topic today has to be one with more positivity that's good for Guyana. First of all, congratulations to the government of Guyana for inviting our son, our patriot, our giant of finance and economy and management, Dr. Ashni Singh. We are a very special country, blessed by an amazing government, truly one for all the people. President Dr. Irfaan Ali thinks and does the right thing as a strategist. He has with him the man of experience, power, brilliance, patriotism, the champion of the earth, Vice President, Doctor, by 5 times, Barakah. Congratulations, sir. Prime Minister Mark Phillips, Brigadier, strategist, tactician, awesome personality. Mohabir Anil Nandlall, giant in law, Senior Counsel today. I've been fighting for that for a long time. Man of law, all aspects of law, a master, a power, a giant, and all the ministers, as if they were specially architectured or created for the portfolio that they all hold. Beautiful thing. Right now, on Guyana Chronicle, page 3, that Letham's Power's capacity to triple with new energy projects. And there are so many projects the government is putting out, some of it which will have to do with natural gas being piped to our country or to our city, and which will be transmitted or taken to other parts of Guyana to bring down the cost of living and to encourage massive investments and industrialization of our nation. But I'm going to ask our government, whatever we're doing, we must have proper disposal of waste and garbage. So what you're doing right now is trying to set up farms, renewable energy from solar power, wind power, renewable energy. But, you know, government of Guyana, you're forgetting a most important thing: waste to energy. All our rubbish, our garbage that are piling up and going into our canals and our rivers and into our oceans, poisoning our fish. Just recently in Princess Street, thousands of fish died. Why? I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. Garbage and waste fruits and seeds and chemical toxins being dumped in the garbage heap make their way through the heavy rains into the waterways, wiping out fresh fish that people could be eating, and then also into the rivers and the oceans and the canals, destroying our marine life, destroying even the whales and the dolphins and all the sea creatures, friends and families. So we, Mr. President, need to pay attention to waste to energy. I know you have had proposal, and also I know people from other major amazing country that have fantastic systems, so much cheaper. If your government will only look at a part of that, so much cheaper to produce and to set up and to collect all your garbage, including your rice bran, or what we call in the country area boosie, that's been burnt and damaging the atmosphere, inconveniencing people and neighbors, that those could be collected as part of the vegetable process that goes into the waste energy. When the rice are cut, the trash that is being burnt and affected people can all be collected and sent to the waste-to-energy plant. The market wastes, the sludge in the gutters, can be collected and made into energy. So what happens? To me, this is, ladies and gentlemen, better in reality than the solar farm, than the natural gas, than the wind, because it's cheaper and the resource for the power is free. And at the end, when you get the electricity that's sent wherever you want, and you can have a major plant in Georgetown to cater for aspects of Demerara. You can have one in Linden. You can have one in Anna Regina, or one in another part. You can have one in Wakinam. Collect all the wastes which are going into the earth and being burnt, because when you put up the solar farm, and when you put up the wind power, the fact remains, what are you going to do with your garbage? Are you going to burn them? Are we going to bury them? Some of them will be thrown into the canals and the rivers and the oceans? No. We can convert them. I have, through some colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, an amazing system of waste to energy power. So I'm inviting the government to invite me and my colleagues to partner with us, or the private sector to partner with us, on which we could have a major station in Georgetown. The average that we are producing about 300 tons of garbage in the city of Georgetown per day. All the plastics and all the waste that enters into the Berbice River from the market area when you pass there, and in the canal next to Skeldon Anglican School, all that waste, friends and families, ladies and gentlemen, that is bad and makes us look sick and evil, as if we don't know to manage a country, all could disappear. And there's another product. At the end of it all, something remains, like bitumen, that could be used to build roads and repair roads and to build dams in the country areas and so on. So this is a proposal I'm giving to our government. And it's by far cheaper than to pump in the natural gas. I'm not against it. Far cheaper than the solar farms and the wind farms. Talk to us, Mr. President. Talk to us, Mr. Vice President. Talk to us. Dr. Mark Phillips, with responsibility for energy. Talk to us, Honorable Minister Wanejil, my brother. Indar. My brother, Devdat Indar, responsible for GPL as Minister. Talk to us, Honorable Minister of Natural Resources. Because the money could be so much, and the savings could be so much, and all the waste that we produce could be eliminated through a natural process. And the rest of the stuff used for beautiful landfills or fixing and repairing of roads. And by actually a fraction of the costs of other industries. So partner with them, Mr. President and Dr. Barajagde, Vice President, Champion of the Earth. This is where you will really help to save the earth. This is where you become a true champion of the earth, by allowing our waste to become power. For example, in Singapore, they're importing, according to my understanding, garbage, because all the garbage is used up. The city is clean. The country is clean. All the coconut shell and all the coconut wastes that are going into the river and creating havoc for shipping and everything else could be used for development and empowerment and bringing down the cost of living of the people of this country. I do not believe in increases, ladies and gentlemen, generally. Not as a contractor, but it needed according to the economy that we have, or salaries for people. My aim is to bring down the cost of living, and the salary increases become very negligible in reality. So, revised energy mix to save Guyana millions of dollars, he says. Well, the waste to energy will save us hundreds of millions in labor and burning and damaging and destroying people's health. You recall, friends and families, ladies and gentlemen, government of Guyana, Attorney General, President, Vice President, when they used to burn the garbage or spontaneous combustion with the methane gas that is produced or was produced at the Larapintir site, where fire took place and damaged people and made them sick, and children had to be rushed away, and people damaged for life. We could use that to produce energy, and nobody has to get sick. Friends and families, brothers and sisters, members of the government, please pay attention to the words I gave you. So I'm going to give you a few readings here for this watch party and the Facebook that we'll put out. Primary production has been the hallmark of the local economy, mainly because secondary production, manufacturing, has been constrained by the absence of reliable and cheap energy, something which the new government is looking to address. Incrementally through the revised energy mix, which includes tripling the power in Lethem, Region 9. So they're talking mostly about Lethem at the moment, but we have Corriverton, we have New Amsterdam, we have Rose Hall, and one plant can cater for that entire area, or one major one and two smaller ones. The whole Crabble Creek area and all the way in the upper and lower quarantine, friends and families, ladies and gentlemen. Also, when you have proper, reliable electricity, we can source fingerprint analysis by the police and local police and internationally within seconds, instead of taking days. In some cases hours, but it's a very slow process. Same thing with tolls. We need proper roads, but we need proper road also which cater only for private vehicles. All private vehicles only, no commercial vehicle. And then you have automatic Easy Pass toll system, which you're paying for through the Easy Pass, and with serious penalty for anybody who tried to breach or try to steal a pass. You don't even need people. I believe people got to work, but you don't want people to work like how they used to work in the Barbies toll gate, because the policemen and the guys who were managing the toll gates had their own toll books, and they were stealing most of the money. Eventually, Mr. Hoyt came and he dismantled the toll station, because the police and the SCs and the workers at the toll station were all stealing the money, printing their own toll books. We don't want that. You have to have maintenance team. Yes, they will make the money there. Police empowerment or private security contracted, or automatically cameras that will take the people who are fleecing the system or manipulating the system, and the number plates will go into a control mechanism, and they could be arrested, the ticket sent automatically, the driver's license suspended automatically, and so on. So this is all of this what reliable electricity will produce for Guyana. And it can be any reliable electricity, whether it is the Amelia Falls hydro, and this waste to energy, ladies and gentlemen, is a fraction of the cost of the Amelia Falls hydro process or any other waterfalls hydro process for electricity. I'm hoping they're paying attention to me because my colleagues are seeking an appointment very soon with the government of Guyana. Energy and electricity, particularly from a renewable source, are undoubtedly critical elements to the growth of an economy and the welfare of a people as they catalyze advancement on all fronts. Cheap energy is responsible for the development of a nation, even in crime fighting. So this is very, very good indeed, and I agree totally with all of that. But renewable energy, but we have to have the kind of renewable energy that will eliminate all of our garbage, our rubbish, the tons that are packed and thrown away. And in the end also, those materials that's left back, some of them can go and package and become compost material, was me to understand. The government, after reviewing the nation's energy mix, has crafted a strategy which would move Guyana towards energy efficiency, said Vice President Jagdeo during a briefing at the Artichung Conference Center last Friday. We have had a serious review of almost all of the small systems that we have had. In the last couple of weeks, we have approved contracts to do hydropower at Kumu, Lethem. We had to look back at what was planned so we would get 1.5 megawatts from that, and we have to rehabilitate Moko Moko, which would be another 0.7 megawatt. So that is 2.2 megawatt. And just last week, we approved a 1 megawatt solar farm, said Jagdeo. We would have almost triple the capacity, and this is all coming from renewable energy, which would allow a massive growth in industrial estates and industrial plants for that area, and also residential purposes, the Vice President said. And I'm going to skip for a while, ladies and gentlemen, and go towards the end. The last time this newspaper checked, the project is still bankable, meaning that the financiers are still open to the idea of funding the project, and the technical studies are still relevant. Therefore, and he's speaking about the Amelia Hydro project here, the restart time is expected to be much shorter than it was before 2015. The Guyana Power and Light Incorporated sells electricity to the nation at about 0.33 cents per kilowatt, and this is expected to be reduced by 25% within the fourth year of the operations of the Amelia Falls project, and by 50% within 5 years, and by the end of 20 years, as much as 80%. Guyana would be able to retain money and increase internal flow, improved balance of payments, said the Vice President, adding that there would be more disposable income to the private sector and in the pockets of the average Guyanese. Ladies and gentlemen, let us think of that. You, my friends in the political power houses, listen to my words. Talk to me. Waste to energy and become a powerhouse and eliminate your garbage disposal problems, which is more costly than anything else and dangerous to health and destroying our water supplies. And when you burn the fire, the endangering citizens' life, and the poisons of the filth that and the animal waste and dung that could be converted and used, including pig filth and horse dung, all could be collected and used for waste to energy, instead of all of that with all the other poisons that come together and permeate our earth and into our water table and damage our health. Friends and family, me, your brother, Haji, Dr. Ocean Can, saying thank you for tuning into this In the Raw, RK's Guyana Free Media, and saying thank you and farewell.